I would go Kadarius Toney first, just with the chance of both Juju and Mecole Hardman being out. I'd go Paris Campbell second because Matt Ryan back is fantastic for him. I would go Donovan Peoples-Jones third because of Amari Cooper's got too many games on the road. And I would go Cole Kmet fourth because he's playing fantastic right now with Justin Fields.
Wow.
What do you got, Dave?
Well, we've gone 3 minutes and 30 seconds into this podcast without mentioning the receiver that had 3 touchdowns last week from Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah, no,
and he's not my number one guy either.
Yeah, no.
But I think he's got to be in the top 3. Tony's my number one. I agree. But he's only out there in about 35% of leagues. I think if you need a tight end, you've got to put Kmet number one because I think it's not just the touchdowns. He's getting schemed up like I've been talking about. He's a big part of that Bears offense now. Watson would be in that top 3 for me. I loved mostly what I saw from him. There were some things in that game that I did not like, but if you saw the highlights, you saw what his upside is, and it's to be one of the best receivers in football. I don't know if he can get there this year. In fact, I can pretty much say that he's not going to get there this year. But Aaron Rodgers has been looking for a guy like him to walk into his life, and now he's got him. And I can't see Aaron Rodgers not getting away, or I can't see him getting away from Christian Watson at this point.
I'm not sure if Christian Watson is just going to mostly be a deep ball guy, but if he is, there is no better matchup than Tennessee. They give up the most pass plays of 20-plus air yards, and their defense is obviously very completed, most completions of 20-plus air yards. And in fact, 5 of Christian Watson's last 7 opponents, including Week 18, if you want to remove 18, it's 4 of his last 6 opponents are 20th or worse in completions allowed of 20-plus air yards. So
wow.
They are giving up the deep. He's playing a lot of teams that give up the deep ball. It's a little bit of an interesting stat. If a team's like 20th, 21st, that mean they're bad. Could just mean they faced tough opponents. But I can tell you Tennessee is legitimately bad. They give up a lot of deep balls. They get beat deep a lot. So that's it. That's his Thursday night matchup. He's interesting. And he's going to be a lot more available than most of the guys we talk about. Only 12% rostered. I imagine Christian Watson will be the most added player this week. I just, like most waiver wire weeks, so these guys are on waivers for a reason. There are a lot of negatives that you could say about them, a lot of reasons to not pick them up, right? Kadarius Toney. Well, what happens when Hardman comes back? What happens when Juju comes back? Paris Campbell, he runs 4-yard routes, and Jonathan Taylor got his mojo back a little bit. Donovan Peoples-Jones, though, guys, and I want to talk about him for a little bit because I can't wrap my head around how he's doing this. Seems like he has a big catch every game. Njoku should be back this week.
Yeah, but we're now 2 weeks away from what could be amazing for him.
You think it could be?
It absolutely could be. I don't know if it's going to be, but it could be.
That's obviously Watson coming back. What about Njoku? If Njoku and Kmet were both out there, who would you pick up?
I put Kmet first, but Njoku second. I mean, that's why I have it listed right now, just because we don't know if Njoku is going to be back. So